If today feels quieter, but not fully settled, like something is still moving beneath the surface, this isn't random. You're in the aftermath of yesterday's full moon, and what was revealed is still unfolding. The intensity may have softened, the emotional peak may have passed, but the awareness remains. You may notice that your thoughts feel more reflective today, revisiting what came up, replaying certain realizations, trying to understand what it all means, not in a chaotic way, but in a deeper, more internal way, because now you're processing. What you felt yesterday is becoming something you can understand today. You may also feel a subtle pressure building, not emotional, but internal, like something is shifting in how you see things, how you interpret situations, how you understand yourself. That's the transition, from emotional clarity to mental integration, and it doesn't happen instantly, it unfolds. You may also notice that your reactions feel more controlled today, less intense, more measured, more aware, because you've already seen something important, and now you're adjusting to it. So if today feels quieter, but still active beneath the surface, it's because you're in the phase where awareness begins to settle and prepare you for what's about to shift next. What you're experiencing today is not just reflection, it's preparation. Because the full moon didn't just reveal something, it opened something. And now that opening is being processed. But beneath that, another shift is beginning. Pluto is slowing down, preparing to turn retrograde. And when Pluto slows, awareness deepens. You may not feel it strongly yet, but you can sense it in how you think, in what you notice, in what feels harder to ignore. There's a quiet intensity building, not emotional like yesterday, but psychological, more internal, more focused, more aware of what lies underneath the surface. That's Pluto's influence. It doesn't push outward, it pulls inward. You may find yourself thinking differently today, less about what happened and more about why it happened, looking deeper, connecting patterns, seeing things you didn't notice before. That's not random, that's the beginning of a deeper cycle. Because Pluto retrograde is not about external change, it's about internal transformation. And before it begins, there's a moment like this, where awareness sharpens, where insight deepens, where you begin to see beyond the surface. So what you're feeling today is not just processing, it's preparation for depth, a shift from what was revealed to what it actually means. And that meaning is what will shape how you move forward. This is where today becomes internal, because when awareness deepens, the mind tries to take control. The first trap is overthinking, trying to figure everything out at once, analyzing every detail, connecting every pattern, searching for complete answers before they're fully formed. Because what you're seeing now feels important, and it is, but it's not meant to be solved immediately. It's meant to be understood gradually. The second trap is going too deep too fast, pushing yourself to uncover everything, forcing insight, digging into every layer, trying to reach the root instantly. But depth unfolds. It doesn't respond to pressure. And when you force it, clarity becomes distortion. There's also a subtler pattern today, getting stuck in your head, staying in analysis without allowing integration, thinking more but understanding less. Because awareness needs space, not constant processing, not continuous thinking, just enough observation to let things settle. So the real calibration today is depth without pressure. Let yourself think, but not excessively. Let yourself reflect, but not force conclusions. Let understanding come instead of trying to create it. Because what makes today powerful is not how much you figure out, it's how clearly things reveal themselves when you allow them to.
So how do you work with this depth without overthinking and without shutting it down? You observe and allow, because today is not about solving, it's about understanding. Start by slowing your response, not stopping your thoughts, but reducing urgency. You don't need answers immediately. You don't need clarity all at once. You just need to stay aware of what's unfolding. You can also create mental space. Step back from constant analysis. Let thoughts pass without needing to follow every one. Because clarity doesn't come from chasing thoughts, it comes from noticing patterns. You may also find it helpful to focus on what stands out naturally. Not everything is important. Not everything needs your attention. Some insights will feel clear on their own. Stay with those. Let them develop without forcing the rest. You can also ground your awareness, not by avoiding depth, but by balancing it. Return to simple actions, simple routines, simple presence, so your awareness stays stable instead of becoming overwhelming. Because depth needs stability to be useful, otherwise it becomes confusion. So today, stay aware, but stay steady. Let things unfold. Let understanding develop without trying to control it, because that's what allows real clarity to emerge.
Let everything settle here. Not to stop the thinking, but to soften it. Because today was not about finding answers. It was about understanding what has already been revealed. So take a breath, steady, controlled, unforced, and notice what remains when you stop trying to figure everything out. There's awareness here, not complete, but clear enough, because what surfaced yesterday has already shifted something within you, even if you don't fully understand it yet, even if it's still forming. That shift is already happening, and it doesn't need to be forced, it needs to be allowed. So not everything needs your attention right now. Not every thought needs to be followed. Not every insight needs to be completed. Some things are still unfolding, and that's where your clarity will come from. Not from pressure, but from patience. So as you move forward from here, stay connected to what stood out, what felt real, what felt different. Let that guide your awareness without needing to explain everything, without needing to finalize anything. Because what you're building now is deeper understanding, and that understanding will become clearer with time. So carry that with you, this ability to observe without forcing meaning. And if this helped you see something, even slightly, return to it, not to think more, but to understand more.